This is the ultimate laptop gaming setup. The most important part is obviously the laptop itself, which is why I went with the HyperX Omen Max 16. It was the most powerful laptop I could find that of course has an RTX 5090. Inside of the box, we have the laptop itself, and you can already tell just by the unboxing experience that it feels very, very premium. But let's set the laptop to the side, and inside the rest of the box, we just have the power cable. And look at how huge this charging brick is. We have a lot of power that we're gonna need because this laptop is extremely powerful. But finally, for the laptop itself, dude, it looks so good. I love the modern look of it. Like, it is a gaming laptop, but it doesn't scream gaming laptop. Like, you could still definitely use this for other things than just gaming. But let's go ahead and open up the laptop. Oh, it actually already automatically turns on, and look at how good the quality of the screen is. I don't know if you guys can see on camera, it doesn't have any bad glare. Like, the screen quality is really, really good. And yeah, even with that small text, you can see just how good it is. I'm actually gonna let it turn on because I wanna see the colors of the display. This actually looks really good though. So the laptop is just on the starting screen, but even as I'm moving it around, you can see there really is not any discoloration, and the colors look absolutely amazing, and they're extremely vibrant, and that is because this is actually an OLED display. So that's why it genuinely just looks so good. I've never seen a laptop display that looks this good. But let's be honest, as good as this laptop looks and the quality of it, the main reason I got it was because of the specs. So first of all, like I mentioned, on this laptop, you can see that beautiful GeForce RTX sticker. So we do have an RTX 5090, which is the fastest graphics card you can get in the world. It has 32 gigabytes of VRAM inside of the RTX 5090, so we can run any game we want on super high settings and get a ton of FPS, or we can even go on super low settings and get an insane amount of FPS, and it will be consistent in any game no matter the settings because the graphics card inside of here is extremely powerful. But not only that, you also get 32 gigabytes of RAM inside of this laptop, which makes it amazing for multitasking, and it is going to make this a really good streaming or recording laptop setup as well, because if I want to stream and record while also gaming, I could easily do that without stuttering on the laptop, or I could also use it for AI workflows if I wanted to just multitask and work at the same time. But what really takes this laptop over the top? It's actually the CPU, because inside of this laptop, it's running the Intel Core Ultra 9 290HX Plus, which is actually Intel's fastest laptop processor out right now. It is so powerful. There are 24 cores inside of this processor, along with 24 threads, and I have never tested out a laptop CPU that is that powerful, and it is gonna be amazing, especially if we're playing games like Valorant or Fortnite on low settings that are more CPU intensive compared to the GPU. Having the most powerful laptop GPU and CPU combo is what really makes this laptop the most powerful laptop in the world. But there's also a lot of other benefits with this CPU, because Intel Core Ultra processors actually give me better performance with longer battery life, which is really, really important on laptops. It also does come with self-fan cleaning technology that was co-engineered with Intel, which just makes sure the laptop has a longer lifespan. That doesn't mean that this laptop is extremely loud though, because it has really quiet thermals at around 31 decibels, which you can barely hear, and it still does an amazing job with the cooling paired with its intelligent power management. There's even a dedicated low power AI engine, which is designed to run system tuning, game coaches, and AI tools locally without competing for GPU or CPU resources, which means you're getting smarter optimization. And the main reason I care about it is because it just preserves my frame rate and makes sure I'm getting very smooth gameplay. But apart from the main specs on this laptop, like the CPU, GPU, and RAM that I actually discussed, the rest of them are still really, really good, because you actually get 2 terabytes of Gen 5 SSD storage with extremely fast Wi-Fi 7 speeds, and and the world's first high polling rate keyboard. And honestly, my favorite part, like I mentioned before, you are also getting an OLED screen, but that's not all. It also is a 240 hertz screen, so you're getting amazing colors and just a really, really good quality, but you're not sacrificing any type of performance because you're still getting 240 hertz, which is gonna make it extremely smooth for gameplay. And the screen size is 16 inches, so it's amazing if you're using it for gaming or also if you want to use it for work. It's like the perfect size. But to be honest, I think that with the specs we have inside of this laptop, we're gonna be getting way more than 240 FPS, and don't worry, the cooling on this laptop is still amazing. It has Omen Tempest Cooling Pro, which has a vapor chamber, Cairo compound, and a third fan, which in short just makes sure your performance stays super high with low throttling, even if you're gaming for a really long time. I could talk forever about why this gaming laptop is just so good and the most powerful laptop in the world, but this video would be an hour long. So if you want to see more about it, I will link it down below along with everything else I am going to be using in the laptop gaming setup. So the cooling on this laptop is already amazing, but to get it even better, I did go with a laptop stand, but it also is like a 2-in-1 laptop and monitor stand. So let's just unbox it and put it all together. Okay, so these are all the parts for the actual laptop and monitor stand. Hopefully it's not that hard to put together. So I now have the laptop stand completely assembled. As you guys can see, it literally is just the laptop plate, and then this is where the monitor will go. And let's just screw this right into the middle of our desk. Actually, I'm gonna go a little bit off to the side because I want the monitor in the middle, obviously, and then the laptop stand will just be kind of off to the side. Okay, just like that, our entire stand is now put together and set up. As you guys can see, it is pretty basic. It's just the monitor will go directly in the center, and then this is the actual laptop pad, and it does have a few little holes just for like extra cooling, but honestly, the cooling on this laptop is already absolutely amazing, and this is a 16-inch laptop, fits perfectly on the stand, and now I do have a lot of adjustability to kind of move it around. I can also adjust the height and make it a little bit taller. I think that's what I'm gonna do, but before we actually do that, let's actually go ahead and put together the rest of the laptop gaming setup. The next part of the setup is the keyboard, and I'm gonna be using the HyperX Origins 265. This is a 65% keyboard, so the main thing I actually like about it is you do get arrow keys, which is gonna be really useful since I plan to do multitasking on this laptop setup, and yeah, this is just gonna be perfect. Opening the box up, we can immediately see the keyboard. It's actually wrapped very, very nicely. Okay, wait, we need to do a sound test on this, of course, and then the only other things inside of the box are the little keycap puller, and we also have an extra cable right over here. It looks very, very nicely braided. And final reveal of the keyboard. Oh my, yo, this looks really, really nice. Quick sound test. That is satisfying. That is actually gonna be so sick. And another cool thing that I want to show you guys is you are able to actually change out the backplate of this keyboard. So as you guys can see, it is a pretty nice looking backplate. We have like some little keyboard feet over here, but this is more of like a transparent black one. And if you wanted a different housing, you could actually buy this one. It's more like a clear slash white looking one. So yeah, you could easily swap this in if you wanted to in the future. However, what I really want to do right now is actually check out how the RGB looks on this keyboard. So let's go ahead and plug it into the laptop just like that, and then plug it in, and yo, look at that. Okay, obviously we got the rainbow RGB going. It looks really, really good. And like I mentioned, as you guys can see, we have a bunch of arrow keys here, which this is just honestly my personal preference, but I just like having arrow keys compared to like a normal 60% keyboard. So this is gonna be perfect for the laptop setup. Up next, for the mouse, we are gonna be sticking with HyperX, and we have the Haste 2 wireless. This is actually a white mouse, so it will look really, really good. I just love all white peripherals. Even though it is wireless, it is still extremely lightweight. It's only 61 grams, and it has up to 100 hours of battery life. So yeah, this mouse, I'm barely gonna have to charge. And yo, it actually looks really, really good. It has like a very nice shape to it. Of course, we have side buttons over here, and this is a wireless mouse as well, like I mentioned. So we should have a little USB dongle in here. Yup, right inside of here, we have this little USB dongle and the actual USB attachment for it, like the whole cable. So so I can plug this directly into the laptop, and just to show you guys how it actually looks with the RGB, there is a tiny bit of RGB on the scroll wheel, but there isn't anywhere else, which just helps with like weight savings. Me personally, I love playing FPS shooter games like Valorant, so I actually really like this. And yeah, inside of my hand, it feels extremely light since it's only 60 grams. And this is gonna be perfect for the laptop gaming setup. And let's just go ahead and plug this right into the laptop as well so we can actually use the mouse. Yup, there you go. As you guys can see, I'm moving the mouse and it's actually showing on the laptop screen, so that was really easy to connect. And then to finish off the keyboard and mouse setup, I will be using my own Elevate Culture gaming mouse pad. This is the black liquid, and I think it's gonna match perfectly with the black and white color scheme, just like that. It is actually a pretty big mouse pad as well. That is looking amazing. Obviously though, the setup is still not done. So for the audio, these are the headphones we're gonna be using. I literally love HyperX's headphones. I've been using them for like 5 years because they just genuinely are so comfortable and the sound quality is amazing. So for this one, we're gonna be using the Cloud 3S wireless. I've never tested these one out, but dude, just judging by the box, they actually look really good. It says it works on PC, PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and mobile. Plus, since they are wireless, I don't have to worry about an extra cable on my setup. So I actually really do love these. And dude, look at how good they look outside of the box. Oh my gosh, wait, let me just do a comfort test real quick. So fitting these on, yeah, no, like you literally just cannot beat HyperX headphones. They're always so comfortable, and I don't think I've tested out the Cloud 3s yet. These are actually like genuinely extremely comfortable, not only here, but also on the headband. As you guys can see, these are really kind of like foamy and just like honestly like a cloud, and look at how thick the headband is as well. Like it genuinely is so comfortable. And speaking from experience, the build quality on these is amazing and they last a really long time. Plus, of course, if you do have a bigger head, you can make this headphone like massive. But yeah, I honestly have a pretty small head, so I kind of just keep it like this. I will test out the sound quality and see just how good these sound when I actually plug them into the laptop setup, but we still have a few more things we need to unbox. For now though, let's just put a quick headset stand here and then lay our HyperX Cloud 3S wireless headphones just like that. And since we already are talking about audio, I also did pick up a microphone, and this literally looks so good. It's called the HyperX Quadcast 2, and look at the all white kind of theme of it. This looks like the new version because it is the second one. I actually did have the original Quadcast, which sounded amazing. This is just a direct into your kind of computer or laptop, PC, something like that, because it is a USB microphone and a lot of content creators use this. So with this microphone, of course, you do get the mic, but it actually is already pre-assembled on a stand, which looks really good. And you do have a lot of adjustability. You can tilt it up and down pretty far. You can also swivel it side to side just like that. And yeah, there is just a lot of adjustability. In terms of like height, you don't really have that like with this stand, but you always could upgrade to an external stand. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely not only love the way this looks, but it also has more than enough adjustability for me. And you guys will see the sound quality on this microphone is really good. Like there's a reason a lot of creators use it. Inside the rest of the box, we just get the cable just like that. And I also want to point out, I absolutely love the way this microphone looks. Like it's not only just like the white color scheme of it, but it has like some little lighter blue or almost like cyan cables over here, which just looks really good. Like it literally kind of makes it have a ice theme. And this does work, it says, on PC, Mac, PS5, and PS4. So yeah, this is actually a really like good microphone. You also have tap to mute on it as well. Even inside of the microphone itself, the little holes, you can actually see that the foam, like for the, I guess, condensing is like the same kind of light blue color. This is just such a small aesthetic thing, but I genuinely just love the way this microphone looks. And let's actually plug it in, and I bet it actually honestly has the same RGB color. I actually am very curious now. Okay, so if I plug it in just like that, yup, we have a blue RGB color. Yo, this is honestly, I'm not even trying to be biased, this is the best looking like microphone I've ever seen. I absolutely love white peripherals to start with, but like, dude, it just looks so clean. I'm really curious to see just how good it sounds, the version 2, because I've only had the version 1, but I'm very excited to test this out. So let's set the microphone over here to the side, and the laptop setup is almost completely done, but we're missing one more thing, which is the monitor. And And since I am building the ultimate laptop gaming setup, I of course had to use a really powerful monitor. So this monitor is actually 480 hertz, and it is also an OLED monitor with 1440p. Honestly, I don't know if they're gonna be as good as the laptop screen itself, but yeah. So I just attached the monitor mount onto the back of the monitor, and we should be able to just easily slide it on just like that. Definitely a little bit short, so let's actually increase the height of it, because obviously I'm not gonna just have the monitor like this. I honestly do like to have my monitor pretty low, so I think somewhere like around here is more than high enough for me. So let me just tighten this up. I might also adjust this like later when I actually put and connect everything in the setup, but for now I think this is fine. The monitor is sagging though, because I actually need to tighten something in the back, so let's quickly tighten this. And just like that, the entire laptop gaming setup is completely unboxed, but I actually lied. There's one last thing, which is just this one tiny monitor light bar. It actually is really, really useful if you're gonna be using your setup at night, and I just really love the way it looks. So yeah, the entire laptop gaming setup is now finally complete. So let's plug it all in, and you guys know what time it is. Cue the montage. The laptop setup seriously looks so good, but the most important part is how the whole setup performs, not only in gaming, but also creating content. So right now, what you guys are hearing me on is actually the HyperX Quadcast 2 and the webcam. Since we basically built a streaming setup, I want to test out the laptop webcam, and look at how good the colors are. Genuinely, they look really, really good as a webcam. I was honestly shocked when I actually tested it out. But yeah, the colors look really, really good. I have like a purple background, and still my skin looks really good. I have no extra coloring, so as a webcam on the laptop, the quality is amazing. I have a tiny privacy screen as well, but yeah, the microphone also sounds pretty good. So I'm not only gonna be gaming on this laptop, but I'm also gonna be streaming it or recording it on OBS at the exact same time, because since we basically built a streaming setup and I have like one of the most powerful laptops you can get in the world, I want to see just how powerful it really is. So I'm gonna be doing content creating at the same time. So basically recording my gameplay while also gaming, and we can test out the FPS, the temps, and all the CPU, GPU usage, and everything like that. So I have this as my second monitor, which is the laptop screen, which looks amazing, by the way. And then of course we have our main monitor right over here. So yeah, let's go ahead and test these out and just see how good the laptop really is. So I just loaded into Fortnite, and as you guys can see, we are getting around 240 FPS, and I am screen recording at the exact same time. If I look up at the air, it is around 300-ish, but if you guys want a little tip, what you could actually do is go out of here, and you can actually disable your preview. So this will just give us less input delay and maybe a little bit more FPS even if we look up at the air, around the same, but it's just gonna make our FPS more consistent. And if I'm building, you can see we are able to be consistently getting 240 FPS. Obviously, the FPS can be way higher if we weren't actually screen recording at the same time. But what I wanted to really mention is we are on low settings, and just like I was saying, look at our CPU utilization, almost 100%. So we're taking full advantage of the Intel Core Ultra 9 inside of this laptop. And since we're on low settings, we're barely using any of the GPU resources. So when you are gaming on low settings, it is very important to actually have a very powerful CPU like the one we have inside of this laptop. And also, if you plan to be doing any type of content creation or like screen recording on OBS, it is very important to also have a powerful CPU, which is exactly what we have here, because we're still getting very consistent FPS. We can like screen record, do all of our recording for like YouTube videos if we wanted to, exactly like I'm doing right now, and we're still able to game at like extremely smooth FPS. And also, apart from the laptop, I have to say that the headset feels really good to game on, and so does the keyboard and mouse. Literally everything is really good. Like, it all feels very good to game on. And also, I know we did just load in, but I've been gaming in here for a few minutes, and look at the temperatures. We're sitting at like 60 to 70 degrees, and you guys know that laptops can get very hot. So maybe when we go on higher settings, the temperatures will go up more, but honestly, for the laptop temperature, 70 degrees to like 68 degrees for the CPU is absolutely amazing. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm I'm gonna restart it on DirectX 12, where we finally can maybe use a little bit more resources from the GPU because we're barely taking advantage of it. I am actually still on low settings, and as you guys can see, that's why our CPU is at like 90 and our GPU at 50. But this time we are in an actual game. Since we are on DirectX 12, I have a lot of control over the settings. So first, we're gonna do a quick little test on all low settings. Then we're gonna go to medium and finally to epic. And you guys are gonna see that we're gonna be using a lot more of the GPU when we're on epic. But right now in a real game on low DX12 settings, our GPU usage is sitting anywhere from like 30 to like 60% is kind of what I was seeing. And keep in mind, I also am still screen recording. Like that is something to really keep in mind, because if I wasn't screen recording, then the FPS would be way higher, but it still is extremely consistent. Okay, so on low settings, it's pretty safe to say that the temperatures on this laptop are really good. Oh wait, there's another guy here. Right here, come here, bro. Oh wait, this is a guy. What? He just shot me through our build. Honestly, that's a good sign. We see that this temperature is like 60 to 70 degrees. Low settings is a little bit too easy for this laptop. So what we can actually do is go in the quality presets and let's bump it just to medium, and then we'll go to full epic. But now that we're on medium, it is a little bit harder to run. Still 50% usage on the GPU. So honestly, not that bad at all. It still is extremely consistent, but now we have a few shadows that we're running, and the FPS is a little bit lower right now. But yeah, honestly, the only difference I really notice is we're just using more like fully of the CPU. But yeah, the GPU is still chilling. Like, I think this honestly just goes to show why it's so important to have a good CPU, because it really matters. Of course, depending on what game you're playing, but yeah, if you're playing Fortnite at least, and like on low to like medium settings, it is very important to have a good CPU like the Intel Core Ultra 9 we have inside of here. All right, I'm spamming in this guy's face. Come on, you're dead, buddy. Dead. Yo, this gaming setup is actually too good. Honestly, this laptop setup is a little bit too good. Let's just go on full epic settings. I'm trying to see like how good the potential of this is. This is going to test out a lot more of the GPU. Let's see. Okay, now already you can see it spiking to 70 to 80% with our GPU usage. Still though, the FPS 100 to like 150 FPS. So yeah, obviously now that we're on epic settings, we're utilizing more of the GPU, actually close to 90%. So we're actually taking a good advantage of the GPU, which is really good. But the FPS, it does not matter. This laptop still is able to get an insane amount of FPS and consistently. And another thing, you know, GPUs and CPUs inside of laptops, since it is a condensed space, get extremely hot, but the cooling of this laptop is amazing. And I'm genuinely being serious, I can barely hear the fan. So I don't know what type of chamber cooling they did on this, but it is working absolutely amazing, because our laptop is staying extremely cool, which helps not only with like the actual like temps, of course, but also helps with giving us less stuttering, which I literally have not been experiencing at all. And we're literally basically maxing out this laptop. Like, I'm fully utilizing the settings inside of Fortnite. We're like maxing out the settings, and we're also screen recording as well. So yeah, I'm trying to push this laptop to the absolute like max here, but it's just too consistent here. Like, it is just so consistent. Okay, wait, this guy's 1 HP, easy. Screen recording as well. So yeah, I'm trying to push this laptop to the absolute like max here, but it's just too consistent here. Like, it is just so consistent. Okay, wait, this guy's 1 HP, easy. So if you're looking to buy one of the most powerful and best gaming laptops on the market, make sure you check out the HyperX Omen Max 16 with the first link in the description or pinned comment. I'm also gonna link everything inside of the laptop gaming setup down below for anyone interested. If you enjoyed watching this gaming setup build, make sure you drop a sub, because literally 80% of you guys that watch my videos are not subbed, and we're trying to get to 1 million subs by the end of the year. More importantly, remember, Jesus loves you, and that's about it. God bless.